Mumbai, India. Akshita Doshi Shroff and a few family members were relaxing at One Above, a rooftop restaurant in a trendy district of Mumbai, when a small fire broke out shortly after midnight on Friday. In the first few moments, Ms. Shroff said, patrons at One Above and a neighboring restaurant, Mojo's Bistro, did not seem panicked. Some, she said, laughed and took pictures of the flames. Music continued playing. She saw no attempt by staff to evacuate, and heard no alarms. But the fire turned lethal, and by the early morning, 14 people were dead. 3 people at One Above have been charged with culpable homicide, and several municipal officials were suspended for failing to enforce fire safety codes. The fire quickly engulfed the rooftop, with flames spreading along cloth canopies that collapsed on people's heads as alcohol bottles exploded. There were no sprinklers or fire extinguishers, Ms. Shroff and 2 other witnesses said, and no clearly marked escape route. She had to jump a glass barrier in the restaurant to make her way out. Ms. Shroff, 30, ended up at King Edward Memorial Hospital with burn injuries. So many people have died in front of me, said Ms. Shroff, who had to cut off 30% of her hair after pieces of the burning canopy and tarpaulin fell on her head. She had watched emergency workers trying to revive young victims of the fire, she said. Parents were crying, screaming. It was horrific. Fires and building collapses are common in Mumbai, India's financial capital, especially in older buildings and lower-income neighborhoods. Corruption and lax oversight have allowed unregulated building projects to sprout across this cramped city, home to more than 18 million people. But the 2 restaurants that burned on Friday were in Lower Parel, a former mill area now full of fashionable bars, bistros and new luxury high-rises. They were part of the Kamalam Mills compound, a set of recently renovated former industrial buildings that, along with the neighboring Todi Mill, draw hordes of young professionals every night. The roads are narrow, and land is unevenly divided among establishments, creating outdoor mazes and dead-end walkways. Local news media have reported accusations of safety oversights by the owners of One Above, including illegally serving alcohol and hookah on a terrace, blocking exits and leaving potentially explosive gas cylinders on the rooftop. The restaurant said in a statement that it had all the required fire safety measures in place, and staff received regular fire training. It denied having had gas cylinders on the rooftop. Ahmed Usman Patan, a senior police inspector in Mumbai, said 3 people who managed One Above had been named in criminal complaints. They were charged with crimes including culpable homicide, he said. Vishwanath Mahadshwar, the mayor of Mumbai, said by telephone that officials with the city's governing body, the Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation, had also been suspended for failing to enforce safety rules and regulations. Officials with the Mumbai Fire Brigade said that it was still unclear what had caused the fire. Witnesses gave 3 possible explanations, attributing the initial spark to a short circuit, to a fire show in which a bartender spat liquor into flames and to the ember from a burning coal on a hookah.